Hello, my little lovebirds. TonyaTko here, and today is Wednesday, the day that I normally make videos, and I'm really happy to come out today and make this video because this topic has sat on my chest for a few days. I first posted it on Facebook, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make a video. I knew that this was something that felt important to me, and other people came out and said that this was a message that they felt they needed to hear. So I don't know if I can do the message justice, but I let it sit on my chest for a few days, just mulling it over. And then this morning, my thoughts finally became concrete. I was taking a long walk, and sometimes exercise is great just to get out into the fresh air and take some time to meditate, just in nature. There are vibrations associated with being near the earth and out in the atmosphere and under the the energy of the sun, etc. So if you go out walking or whatnot, take out your headphones and spend some time thinking and mulling over and getting to know yourself. And that's what today's video is about. It's about the courage. Oh goodness, the courage that it takes just to be you. And for those of you who are not on my Facebook page, please come over to facebook.com/TonyaTko show. Don't worry, I'll put the links below where it says see more under the video, and then you can just click on that and be able to go straight through. Don't worry, my website is not up, so I'm not going to be on Facebook forever, but this is a place that we can convene right now. And I'm going to I'm going to get started right into the video, but I do want to tell you guys that, you say that you don't mind my long videos, but I need you guys to pass the video along to somebody who might need to hear the message. Because numbers speak volumes, and if people are really into the videos where I go in depth, I'll continue to make more of those. But YouTube actually discourages me from making long videos. They first of all, they won't promote videos that are more than 5 minutes. So if you guys like my videos, you have to promote them yourself. You have to spread them around to your friends. Otherwise, I'll never know that there are people who are benefiting from them. If you hear a message that resonates with you, pass it along, because if we don't, nobody else will. My stupid laugh. Okay, listen. Today's topic makes me sad deep in my heart, so I'm trying to laugh to add some brevity. And before I get right into it, speaking of, having the courage to be ourselves, you know how self-conscious I am not to have my eyebrows, and even when I do videos without the foundation, I always try to put my eyebrows on. But today I'm doing a video sans everything. Like it or love it, this is me. This is me. And I normally do the white glove test for you guys. I'm not gonna put on a whole glove, but there's nothing on my face. Not a powder, not a blush, nothing. So any blush you see is for me blushing. Okay, let's get right into it. I'm gonna read the post that I put up. And the reason why today's video makes me so sad is because life is so short. When I was walking along today, I was thinking about my mother. And I'll put the picture up on Facebook. I saw a train. I saw a choo-choo train today, and I was so enthralled. And children, I don't know why children love trains, but crossing over the train tracks after the train had passed, I was doing some business stuff. I'm in an industrial area. But I thought about my mother. Right now in New York, the temperature, it says it's 38 degrees, but it feels so moderate and so beautiful. Those of you in New York, you know exactly what I mean. And the trees are bare, and everything is in a sedentary state. And I thought of my mom because I knew that a beautiful day like today, she would love. And she's not here to enjoy a day like today. So the rest of us who are here, we have to enjoy these days. And I know that any moment that we spend not being true to ourselves is a fake and a painful moment. And I want people to be able to release their pain and to be themselves and to enjoy this life. Oh, that we don't have much time to enjoy. So listen, I want everybody, please hear me in this video. And whatever it is that you are covering up or covering under or pretending or whatever, I want you to stop. And I want you to live your life as authentically as possible. You know, and that translates from the job that you have to the religion that you practice, and or the spirituality that you feel, or the partner you choose or choose not to choose. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. So let me read the post. I said, because this dawned on me over the weekend, I said, I never realized how much courage it takes just to be who you are. No excuses, no over exaggerations, no under exaggerations, no pretense, no impressing, no lying, just being. And being true to yourself and what you like and what you need. Pretending is easy. Staying confused is easy. But taking the time to get to know you and telling others they can love it or leave it takes courage. It takes guts. It takes MOXIE to be you. Unapologetically you. And I truly believe that in all of my heart. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that post in just a moment. I took notes so that we could stay on track. Okay. The reason I'm making this video and why it dawned on me is because being yourself should be the thing that comes most naturally. It's the thing that should be the most easy. But you know, I started thinking about where all of this began. You know, when we were young, we learned to control our bowels. We learned how to sit properly. We learned how to control and to suppress our emotions. You know, now these were all great things. Well, moving towards the part about controlling your emotions and your bowels and things like that, these were things that were necessary to, you know, to assimilate and to acculturate us. But then somewhere along the lines, parents, religion, doctrine, politics, socioeconomic standing, expectations, responsibilities get in the way. And then we become a slave to these ideologies instead of what's going on inside of you and me. And then soon you're living to please other people. You know, we let other people's expectations or ideas or religious ideas control our sex drive, our sexuality, the car we drive, whether we get into debt, which school we go to, when we choose to marry, whom we choose to marry, when we choose to have children, and how we choose to have those children, who we love, which job or career we go to, and then who we don't love. And then unfortunately, when you're living an unauthentic life, the person who ends up suffering most from that lack of love is you. Because it takes courage to love yourself enough to say, this is me. To learn who you are and to do what feels right to you. And you know, everybody is different, and I'm going to, if I have enough time, I'm going to read off some of the things that I like just naturally, just come to me. You know, things that I don't have to force, things that are just there embedded within me, that I'm tired of apologizing about. You know, life is so short. I was thinking, after I was thinking about my mom, because you know her, she was an Aquarius, and her birthday would have been Sunday. She would have been 59. You know, and she never lived out her 40s. So I think she died when she was just turning 41. So I thought about time span and because you know what, we never know when we're going to go. Listen, I hope we all last a long time on this earth. But when my mother left the house, she had her keys in her pocket, which means she thought she was coming back. And so anytime you walk outside, oh honey, you never know whether you'll be coming back in again. You know, we take this life for so granted. People who undergo these elective surgeries to enhance themselves because they're not comfortable with who they are. And you never know. I was on Facebook and I was reading this guy's profile a few months ago, and his wife, she was a plus size model. She went to go have a surgery done on her knee, and she had a pulmonary embolism, I believe, and pulmonary embolism thrombosis, I believe it's called, where a blood clot traveled up to her heart and she had an attack and passed away so young. So, you know, it's like, you know, my mother died young. So many people die so young. So we hope we have a lot of time, but let's say we do. Let's say we do. And you know what? I really want you guys out there to live and live it up. Remember when I did that video about opening your gifts today? Part of the reason that I did that video is because I want people to enjoy the stuff that they have. The best tribute you can give to anybody who has given you something is to use it. Oh, use it till the threads fall out. Use it till you have holes in it. Just use it and enjoy it. Enjoy this life. So let's talk about our lifespans, right? I was thinking about Halle Berry, of all people, right? And I think about her because she's a media icon. And I think about when she was in that movie, because you know, now that I'm 30, you know, I'm thinking about getting older and stuff. And I'll tell you guys my regiment and my secret weapon. Keep me young looking. So anyway, I thought about Halle Berry when she was in that movie, Strictly Business. You guys remember that? When she came out and she had the short hair, she was walking left and right with the hips going hither and thither. She was 27 when she did that movie. And what 20 years does for a person is 20 years takes you from being 27 to being 47. So you go from being in your 20s to being almost 50. And if you don't live your most authentic life now within the time span, because let me tell you, oh, we are young. Oh, but for just a short time, baby. And if you're watching this and you're 17, oh, in 20 years, you'll be 37. And if you don't live your authentic life now, oh, when will you do it while you have the energy? Oh, do it. You know, and a person that comes to mind is a person who commented on my post about her mother turning her back on her once she told her mother who she is. And you know, that got me to thinking about conditional love, you know, love with conditions. You know, and part of the reason that I said that it takes courage to be you is because obviously, in order to be you, there's some sort of fear of what will happen if you are you. Unapologetically, if you say this is who I am. I am I'm gay. I I'm a metrosexual. I like nice things. I like expensive things. I don't like to clean. I have to make my bed daily. I have these rituals. If you can say this is me, I have a certain amount of money. I don't have a certain amount of money. I'm still living with my parents. I don't own a home. I can't afford this home. And there's so many people now in this economic fallout because they got themselves into situations with these predatory lenders who told them, oh, you can get in, and the lust and the thought of having this certain something, not being, knowing that they could not afford it. They got in and now they're getting put out. You know, but you have to have the courage to say, this is me. This is where I am at this point in my life. I'm a student and I can't do such and such. I want to go back to school, so I'm going to have to do such and such. I want to have children. I don't want to have children. I want to get married. I don't want to get married yet. You know, so I mean, like me, I wanted to spend my 20s traveling. I wanted to spend my 20s getting to know me. And you know, there's so many people who come out and they say, oh, that I should be doing such and such. I should be at a certain stage in life. Let me tell you, oh, the road is circular, honey. Oh, we all start out in infancy and we all come full circle. And everybody's life is different and things come into different people's lives at different times. Don't force it. Oh, I learned. Oh, I learned that nothing, oh, nothing is ever a mistake. Oh, baby, let me tell you, there could be some hard times out there and some things that confuse us and some things that we don't know why we're going through. But I have learned from coming out on the other end that everything happens for the better. Oh, believe me. When one door closes, oh goodness, how was it? Wasn't it in Alice in Wonderland where she was going through the hall of mirrors, and when one door closed, it was then that she was able to open up another door and get to a different realm? Listen, baby, sometimes you have to close off a certain path in order for you to be able to see a different path. Sometimes you need to experience a certain amount of pain in order to appreciate a certain type of pleasure. Sometimes you have to be broke to learn how to hold on to your money when you got it. Sometimes you have to be that booty call to learn that you want to be a wife. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let's go forward. Let's go forward. You know what? It takes courage to be you, because whatever it is that's inside of you, you know that there's somebody around or something around. There's going to be repercussions. There's going to be some sort of oh, what's the word? What's the word? Consequence. That's what I wanted to get. There's going to be some sort of consequence for being who you are. Somebody's not going to like you because you don't have this, that, and the other. But you have to be you. You know, some people are not going to like you. You know? One of my relatives. Now, you know, you guys watch my videos, so you guys like me. But believe me, everybody doesn't like me. One of my relatives decided to make mention that two of my aunts don't like me and how I can't, quote unquote, get along with anybody because two people don't like me. Two people don't like me, so I can't get along with anybody according to them. And you know what? Sometimes you just have to stick your chin out. Look at my face. Make that face. Listen, two people don't like me. I had to explain to this person, listen, I was like, and you know what? Let's over exaggerate. You know, let's multiply these two people by 10. Let's say it's 20. Let's multiply. You can even multiply that 20 by another 10. Let's say it's 200 people that don't like me. All right. There's 7 billion people in the world. If 20 or 200 of them don't like me, there's still plenty more people out there who will. So you know what? If there's somebody in your family who doesn't like the way you're doing things, okay, well, that's a microcosm. You know what a microcosm is? A microcosm is a small section of a larger. So if there are people in your family who don't like you, maybe you need to look elsewhere. Get outside of that circle. Go find some people who do. Be amongst like minds. And you know, we're going to talk about some things that you need to do to get around and into being your most authentic you. Somebody wrote on my last video that TonyaTko is not married, so therefore people should not listen to me for words of advice on love. When most of my videos talk about self-love, some of that translates over into how you loving yourself or not loving yourself will reflect in this relationship and what you need to do to love yourself more. That's what I talk about. First of all, listen. And then somebody very smart, because the person wrote, Would you take advice from a broke man about how to make money? Okay, and then somebody very smart wrote and said, yes, I would, if that broke man was telling me how not to be like him. Listen to me. Speaking of being your authentic self, learn from this mistake that I made. Honey, oh, if a man lies to you to get you, it is not endearing. Don't make excuses for him, no matter how cute. We know, when you want somebody that's just so fine, you can make any excuse in the world. Oh, he lied about his job. Oh, he lied about his family. Oh, he lied about whether or not he had any babies because he didn't want to lose me. He didn't want the chance not to have me. So he lied about whether or not he was married. That marriage is over anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Any number of things. Think about any lie. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. If a man lies to you to get you, he's lying because either he doesn't care about himself, or guess what, baby? Say it. Either he doesn't care about himself, or what? Oh, he doesn't care about you. He's not planning on you being there long enough to discover the lie. Hear me. If you ever listen to anything else that I've ever said, hear that. If a man lies to you to keep you, leave him. It's not cute. It's not cute. Either he doesn't know who he is, either he's not living an authentic life. And let me tell you, I practiced one time lying. I tried. And each lie I told made me feel worse and worse about myself. Try it. When you get into an elevator, somebody's making small talk, lie about what it is that you do and see how that makes you feel on the inside. You feel horrible. Yeah, you may have pulled the wool over their eyes for a split second, but what is that really doing to you? Try it and see if it makes you feel comfortable. So let me tell you, if there's a man or a woman out there who's lying, I met a young lady who lied about her child, said she didn't have children because she wanted to be a musician. I had to get away from her. I didn't know what type of, if you would lie about something like that, I did not want her around me. I'm sorry, honey. I didn't. And if you know me and you see my videos, you know why I stopped speaking to you. I couldn't deal with that. That person just didn't seem right in her mind. So anyway, listen, so I hope I punctuated that point. If I didn't, rewind and listen to it again. This goes for men and women. If a person lies to try to keep you, they don't care about you. Much less, honey, it's worse. They don't even care about themselves. That stuff does something to you. Lying, being a fake, that just, ugh, it's horrible. So if somebody doesn't love themselves, it's almost impossible for them to love you. It starts within. That's what I talk about, self-love. Somebody wanted me to talk about how do you find the right environment in which you can express the courage to be yourself. And the word is clean. Clean up around yourself. I'm including all areas, baby. You clean up your house, clean up your apartment, create a clear path. If you don't know about feng shui, do some research on feng shui. Create an organized space first and foremost. Then you might need to clean up your friends and your family. Honey, you might need to remove yourself from some of these people. Remember I said there's 7 billion people in the world. Maybe you need to move. If you can't be who you are, where you are, maybe you need to move. If these people won't accept you for being you, especially if this is a parent who's telling you that their love is conditional, that they love you under the conditions that you will be who they think you are, or who they want you to be, that you'll get what type of job they want you to have, otherwise they're going to withhold their love from you. I mean, come on, think about that. Think about that. Golly. Woo. Next is clean up your emotions. That's number 3. Get to know who you are. Clean up your emotions. Get counseling if need be. Talk to a therapist. After my surgery, I had to talk to one. Otherwise, I might not even be here right now. I had to clean up emotionally. I was having trouble understanding why I survived my surgery. Why me? And I started getting very depressed. I had to unleash, not unleash. What do you call that? You take something off when, not unleash. What is unlift, unleave, even, look, I had to alleviate. I had to alleviate myself of some past hurts. That's the next one. Past hurts, whether you were abused as a child, molested, raped, in an abusive relationship, that's past. And what I don't want is, I don't want this person clawing onto you now in the present, so that now you feel that you may be a homosexual because you're a man and a man sexually abused you. That doesn't make you a homosexual. And it's a shame how many men turn to homosexuality because somebody abused them and they don't really know who they are anymore. Sometimes you got to get rid of those past hurts. Not sometimes, get rid of those past hurts. Talk it through. Some of us are hiding these memories in the recesses of our minds because we can't deal with it, drowning out our present thoughts and the nagging ideas with music and all other types of distractions, drugs, parties, alcoholism, other abusive relationships, any number of things, turning into an abuser ourselves. We have to let go of that past baggage. We have to lay this burden down. So let's go on. Let's go on. Oh. Being you is freeing. And I have to state this. In terms of parents, I gotta state this out loud, that I personally believe that sometimes parents are just an earthly portal, that they are the necessary portal that gives us our DNA to help us get into this world in the human physical form. Sometimes that is all that they were meant to be. Sometimes you have to move on from that. I am not of the belief that blood is always thicker than water. No, because I've met some pretty solid water out there. And does blood even freeze? Think about that one. All right. So, listen. Oh, one last thing that I wanted to state, because those of you can see how fat and rosy and chubby are my cheeks. I wanted to talk with you guys about weight issues, because this is another facet too, where you're punishing yourself, because you can't fit into certain clothes, so you refuse to buy certain sizes, until you can lose a certain amount of weight. So you're wearing old or tight clothes. And I just want to ask, would you do that to your child? If you had a child and your child got a little plump or hefty, would you say, I'm not going to buy you new clothes until you lose this weight? How abusive would that be? So that you're never actually living in the present. You're actually always living for some time in the future. I'll get cute clothes when I am such and such. Or some facet of your finance. I'm not going to do such and such until I have certain amount of money. And I'm telling you, reward yourself little by little along the way. Say, this is where I am, and this is what I can afford right now. And get something within that range. And then when the future comes, you reward yourself with something at the level that you will be at then. And you know what? That is the end of my video. I'm going to try to end it before 30 minutes. But I wanted to tell you guys some of the things that I like, who I am. I like my tea with no sugar. It took me a long time because everyone likes sugar in the tea. None whatsoever. Not even a grain. Even a granule is too much. I'm not the best at cleaning up. You can even see behind me. I need a housekeeper. I do. And I have to admit this unapologetically, okay? I'm going to need one in the future. And I had one in the past, and I'm going to get one again in the future. I sleep straight like an earthworm or like a moth in a cocoon. I sleep really straight in the bed. I don't even need to use the whole bed or the whole blankets. Just put a little piece over me like a burrito or tortilla. I don't like winter, so I plan on living a life where I have a home in the Caribbean. I don't like the cold. That's just me. I don't believe in forcing children to eat past the point that they're full and they're no longer hungry. I don't believe in that. I like very well-made clothes and shoes, and I only like leather shoes. I don't like synthetic. I don't like tight shoes. I don't like cheap shoes. I like 6-inch heels. If some of you have seen me in real life, you know this because I'm always wearing them. And you know what, people, God, they're a bit much for some people, but I love them. I don't know why. I just love them. And I like tight skirts, tight mid-calf skirts. Those are my favorite. You know, that's what I like. I do. And you know what? And some of you know, because you see my videos, you know I like red. Look, it's everywhere. Red, red, red. My stapler is red. My cushion for my arm thing is, I'm a fire sign. I like red, unapologetically. That's me. And I like a bunch of other things. I like ankle socks, white, fresh out the package, and I only like them when they're first worn. I don't like them once they've been washed. I don't. And you know what? There's so many other things, but now we've gotten to 30 minutes, so I'm going to end the video now. Come over to my Facebook page, and you know what? After you discover some of the things about yourself, I would love it if you could post it below. The things that you don't have to apologize about. I'm sorry, I have expensive taste. Oh God, I love you guys. Hug me, hug me, hug me. Hug, 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 hug. Thank you for inspiring me to make this video. I love you guys more than you can ever imagine. This is why I take the time out to do what I do, because I love you guys so much. Did I tell you I was going to tell you my regimen? My regimen for keeping my skin the way it is now and looking so beautiful, even without makeup, I'm flawless. Okay, I'm not flawless. I just look that way. But you can come over to my website, tkoskin.com. I use the complexion polish, the vitamin E, which is sold out right now. Sorry, everyone. And I use the black soap, and I use an acid. I don't have a label on mine, but I use an acid. That's what keeps my face. Don't worry, I'm going to be doing a famous face pack. It's what made my face famous. I'm going to be doing a full famous face pack this spring. So come over to tkoskin.com. Make sure you get on the mailing list. Stay in touch with me. I'm here for you guys. If you have, oh goodness, Valentine's Day is coming up, and you know that's when I do relationship week. 1 week a year. Oh, so we have so much. I need you guys to write me your questions, men especially, because men are not writing to me. And then they're like, oh, why do you make so many videos towards women? Because the women are writing. So let's go, let's go. Write me. Thumbs up the video, pass it around, rewind it, listen to it, absorb it, and learn from my mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. I don't want you to have to go through the same things that I went through, or to live a life not fulfilled and then die early and never having really lived out your dreams. This is why I live the way I live now, because I do the things that my mother could never do. She never got a chance to. So honey, listen, we'll talk again in another video. I love you. TonyaTko, and I'm out. Peace.